7 things you can do to make sure you and your SO grow together apart. Sometimes relationships explode for obvious reasons, like cheating or constant fighting. But other times, twosomes fizzle out in a sneakier way. You simply grow apart. People change with time and experience, says Tina Beatisina, Ph.D., psychotherapist and author of How to Be Happy Partners, Working It Out Together. Lack of communication, fear of freaking out your partner with different thoughts and ideas, and expecting your relationship to stay the same forever can keep couples from understanding each other as they grow, says Tina. While that's definitely less intense than a blowout fight, it can be just as detrimental to your relationship, she says. To ensure that the two of you grow together, you need to open up about how you're evolving, be receptive to transformations in your SO, and be willing to negotiate the differences that crop up between you. With that aim in mind, here's what you can do right now to stay tight. Does the phrase "making love" make you cringe? Do you consider Valentine's Day a corny Hallmark holiday not worth celebrating? Popular culture today is cynical, and being affectionate is often looked at as embarrassing and awkward, says Tina. But if you want to keep growing together, you have got to ratchet up the romance and get weird. Research from the Gottman Institute found that couples who stayed together made overtures toward their partner nearly 3 times as often as those who broke up. So throughout the week, find ways to connect with each other, like holding hands during Thursday night TV, sending a spontaneous lovey-dovey text, or getting super cozy in a bubble bath together. 7 things you can do to make sure you and your SO grow together apart. Friction pulls partners in opposite directions, so use laughter to ease the tension during frustrating moments. For example, after a particularly stressful visit with your in-laws, saying something like, "Well, that went well," can help you both relax. Shared humor is a way to say, "I know this is tough, but we'll get through it," says Tina. Infusing some LOLs into awkward situations can help you see each other as soothing and helpful when problems happen, she says. That sense of staying united during conflict creates a powerful bond. Maybe this is obvious, but whenever you're listening to your partner talk, especially about things he or she really enjoys doing or about a new experience, make eye contact for a few seconds and smile. Your companion will automatically feel understood, says Tina. And greater understanding equals mutual closeness. Physical connection helps cement emotional connection, says Tina. So whenever you have the opportunity, choose to sit close to your significant other. For example, snuggle next to him on the couch rather than relaxing in a chair across the room. Then, gently place your hand on a shoulder, leg, or arm. Do this in the car, too. You'll find that your conversation automatically becomes warmer, says Tina. When you're making up after a fight, she suggests facing each other and holding both of your partner's hands in yours in order to shut the emotional gap between you. It might seem awkward in the moment, but it's worth a shot. Whether you're curious about pursuing a new career path, questioning whether you want to start a family, or you're realizing that you prefer quiet evenings at home to partying on the weekends, maintain an open line of communication with your partner as your priorities shift so he feels like a part of the process. That way, it won't come as a shock when you tell him you want to hold off on getting preggers or that you're thinking about quitting your job. We assume you're already having regular date nights. Here are a clutch for growing together. Now, consider incorporating what Tina calls a State of the Union into your night out or in. This means you touch base about the good and bad things going on between you. Since complacency is one of the big reasons why people drift apart, this puts the focus right on your duo, she says. While you're alone together, each of you should say something you're grateful to the other for, like "Thank you for pitching in more around the house when I had a big deadline at work," or "Thanks for giving me a back rub, it really helped me relax." It's easy to keep a mental catalog of every annoyance, says Tina. But when you celebrate and appreciate each other, you'll both be more motivated to make your relationship as good as possible. Next, share something that you'd like to improve and an idea for making it better. That is, "I wish we had sex more often. I can start going to bed earlier so I have more energy for it." Finally, bring up any problems you're encountering, and work together on finding a solution. Think something like, I get really frustrated when the house is a mess. Can we figure out a system to keep things tidier? When you nip minor issues in the bud and approach them as a team, they won't escalate into problems that tear you apart. 7 things you can do to make sure you and your SO grow together. Apart. To lock down an in-sync relationship, reminisce about how you met, your early days of dating, and the crazy experiences you shared. Reminding yourselves of your history increases your bond, says Tessina. On the flip side, be sure to discuss your hopes and dreams down the line, from getting a puppy to buying a vacation house. This links your past, present, and future into a continuum where you're moving in parallel.